one of the two games that Erik ten Hag has to win to obviously keep himself in the job of Manchester United is this one. It's a hard one. FC Porto versus Manchester United. It's going to be played in Estadio do Dragão, a stadium that capacitates 50,033 people into that stadium, and that's where United are really gonna be going there. And I'd like to warn every United fan who thinks that it's really gonna be a walk in the park that last season Arsenal went ahead and played there and they lost by 1-0, though 3 of the players that really caused damage to the club of Arsenal are known there. One is Pepe, who retired from football and hung his boots. Galeno went to Saudi Pro League, and then the other guy that obviously came in and obviously put in a very beautiful shift was none other than Conceição, who is now playing for Juventus. Now, those 3 important players are really not there, but they went ahead to obviously get a player called Fabio Vieira, their former player on loan from Arsenal. Welcome to this channel. This is the United Matters channel. Hope you guys are really having fun. And if Erik ten Hag doesn't win this game of football, I think more pressure will obviously mount onto him. And what ten Hag has to do is to do all what it takes to really win this game of football. But I'm here to let you know what probable starting 11 I think Erik ten Hag is going to be going in for, and then who is available for FC Porto into this encounter. Rokan David is my name, and continue to subscribe because we want to hit how many subscribers? We want to hit 20,000 subscribers in here, and it's you people who are supposed to take us far, and it's you to show us where we are supposed to be going in as far as this is really concerned. So Man United over the weekend lost 3-0 to the side of Tottenham Hotspur, and a red card was given to the side of Bruno Fernandes. But that doesn't rule him out to play in this tournament, because the red card that was given to Bruno Fernandes applies to the Premier League games, FA Cups, and the Carabao Cup games, meaning that he's going to be up for selection in this kind of football. Then FC Porto went ahead to beat Arouca by 4-0, and Sam Omorodion, if at all you remember that time when Chelsea was really so much interested into him, and Conor Gallagher had to obviously go that side, and Omorodion had to cross to Chelsea. Then even Julian Alves had to cross to the side of Atletico Madrid, and guess what? The deal collapsed, and Omorodion went ahead to obviously see himself not join the club of Chelsea. So he joined FC Porto. Now in the 47th minute, he scored the first goal. Then Nico Gonzalez, 51st minute, second goal. Galeno, obviously 57 minutes. He went ahead to obviously put in a very beautiful shift in there. And then Denise, Gul, went ahead to obviously put in the required shift all together. So as it stands now, a lot has to be put into place to see to it that everything really moves on as planned. Oh, Galeno looks like he's still at this side, if I'm not mistaken. Galeno looks like he's still there. You get? Galeno looks like he's still there, and even not ahead to score. I thought that his move to the side of the Saudi really went ahead to happen, but never went ahead to officially materialize. But they really went ahead to win by 4-0. That shows you that they're really a very strong side, and they really have some strong players like Costa, the goalkeeper. They have Fabio Vieira. There is Pepe, is also a very good player. So their side is not one that will come out and obviously say it's not really strong enough. But United is going to Portugal, and I know they're traveling tomorrow, and Erik ten Hag will be holding what we call a pre-match a pre-match press conference, and it will be held down in Portugal. But I think the players will train before they'll train at Carrington before they obviously go to Portugal, and will be knowing who is in that team. Is Tyrell Malacia going to obviously travel with the club of Man United to obviously see himself get minutes into these games? That's what you're going to be hitting for tomorrow. Now, let's get into what we call the team news. The team news is that all states that Kobe Mainoo, Lenny Yoro, Luke Shaw are really out. I think those are the players that Man United doesn't have. I think Mason Mount would have gone ahead to recover from that concussion. And for Tyrell Malacia, it's just a matter of time to see to it that he really gets himself ready to go ahead and really be match fit. Harry Maguire missed out on the game that we played against Tottenham Hotspur, but it was a knock, so he might obviously have come. He might come in and obviously put in a very good shift all together. So those are the players that are really sidelined for the club of Manchester United. For the club of FC Porto, Sanusi, Ivan Marcano, and Otavio, those three are really out, but they will come Fabio Vieira back. You get? So they will come him back. So Pepe and Galeno might be some of those players that we have to be looking at to obviously cause a lot of trouble to the club of Manchester United. Now let's get into the probable starting 11 for the club of Manchester United that we think Erik ten Hag is really going to be flaunting. And in my mind, I'm like, something strange has to be done, shielding that back four and obviously creating moments for the club of Manchester United should be really very important and very, very instrumental into what the side of Ten Hag is really going to be looking like. You understand? And now, I tell you that the system is going to be 4-2-3-1, and Manchester United, I think they should stand as far as they want to collect 3 points from FC Porto, because some people will be like, Ten Hag has to lose such that he goes. But for me, I support Manchester United, and I put Manchester United first than any other thing that many other people might be thinking about. And here, all what I'm thinking about is a Manchester United win. That's what is really running into my mind, and that's what is really doing rounds into my mind. And Onana in goal, 1. You get? And the right back, obviously, it's really going to be Mazraoui. That is it. Mazraoui is going to be played as a right back for the club of Manchester United. Then, left back, it's really going to be Dalot playing alongside his former side. Remember, Manchester United went ahead to sign him from this side in 2018 from FC Porto, and Jose Mourinho was the manager that was really doing the due diligence, and he was really managing the side of Manchester United. Then right-sided centre-back, I think it's really going to be the man himself known as Matthias de Ligt, and I think Ten Hag is really going to go with his strong back five, with Lisandro Martinez being played as a left-sided centre-back. So that is the back five for the club of Manchester United, and I believe it has been playing well. Even the game of Tottenham Hotspur, we really had lapses in there for you, but I think that back five has gone ahead to earn that trust from... We all trusted in obviously coming in through and obviously doing the needful. But for Diego Dalot, his body language in the first half was really down, and I think he should find himself really re-energized. And I don't know why he's really looking like a tired guy yet. Even in the Euros, he never played very many games, and he had really a holiday that was really long enough. So I believe that that back five can do the needful. Now this is where I think the huge changes really coming in through into the team that is going to be playing against FC Porto. Now, in the CDM area, I think I maintain Ugarte into that position because we spent 60 million onto the player known as Manuel Ugarte, and he's a destroyer and he's very mobile. You get? Alongside him, with Kobe Mainoo injured, I would love to see him having Casemiro alongside him. That's the double pivot that I would love to see United flaunt in a game of this stature when you're playing a team called FC Porto, because FC Porto is really a very good team and they're really having talented players, and those talented players have proven to us that they can really shock any team, especially when they're really playing at their stadium. All else, even if when they're playing away from home, they can put in a very huge shift into the mix. Now, when you look at the central attacking midfield, this is where everything starts. And I tell you, I drop Bruno Fernandes. And in the due course of dropping Bruno Fernandes, I play Ericsson as a number 10. That is it. I play him as a number 10 because in this game, if you're having Casemiro and Manuel Ugarte playing behind Ericsson, you obviously understand that they'll shoot the back four, and Ericsson will need to obviously make those small throats, right? Small throats down, small throats, and he won't use a lot of energy to track back because we'll 100% believe that he'll obviously be needing the ball from Casemiro and Manuel Ugarte to obviously move it better and better and better. So that's what we are obviously getting in through from the man himself, known as Ericsson. And I think I play him as a number 10 into this beautiful game that's going to be played in Portugal. Right attacking central midfield in the game of Tottenham Hotspur, it was Garnacho that started there. I go with Amad Diallo. That is it. Amad Diallo should obviously be playing into that position because we know his qualities and we know how we are really a very threatening force to any team when he's onto the field of play. You understand? So, Amad Diallo, I think, goes ahead obviously playing that position. On the left, I drop Marcus Rashford for Alejandro Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho really looked very energized, very positive, and I believe that a lot has to obviously be given to him in reward for his good performances in that game of Tottenham Hotspur amid us really losing by 3-0. Now, leading the line, it was Joshua Zirkzee as we are playing against Tottenham Hotspur, but I believe with those two games that Rasmus Hojlund, I think there are three, that of Crystal Palace, that of FC20, and that of Tottenham Hotspur. Seeing him come off the bench, it's high time he obviously started in games like this where this team will play high line, and we have to obviously have, when you're having the likes of Ericsson and Casemiro who can obviously do those line breaking passes, I think it sends some huge message to us that we should obviously play Rasmus Hojlund into the mix. And when you look at Manuel Ugarte, he was playing in Portugal for Sporting Lisbon, and he really knows exactly how good it is to obviously put in the required shift altogether when you're playing against that side of FC Porto. He knows the atmosphere of that stadium into the mix. So we have like 2-3 players that are into the starting 11 that know how Portugal football is really played and how everything really goes on. And I know it's really going to be hard for Erik ten Hag to drop Bruno Fernandes, but I tell you, he will cost himself a game because I know how stubborn he is and will be like, I'm going to start him, you know. But I tell you what, I don't really fancy him starting because he's one of those players that is going to obviously cause a lot of havoc to the club of Manchester United, and I don't really find it sane to obviously get him to the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United. So from that, I think that means that we're going to make how many changes? Casemiro for Kobbie Mainoo, Ericsson for Bruno Fernandes, Amad Diallo for Rashford, and Rasmus Hojlund for Joshua Zirkzee. I think those changes are really important, and we need to obviously see to it that we really pull them off. And I think that lineup can easily win this game, and nothing will obviously stop us from really winning the game if we obviously get in or line up like that. Then we go into what we call, what is it called like? It's known as it's known as the head-to-head stats as provided to us by Google, right? We go to the head-to-head stats, and one, FC Porto have won 2 of their 8 European meetings with Manchester United. You get 3 draws and 3 losses with their most recent game against one another since 2008-2009 UEFA Champions League quarter-final clash won by 1-0 by the Red Devils. I remember that season. That's when we went ahead, obviously, win the Champions League, and Ronaldo went ahead to score a very beautiful goal from the stadium. And at Old Trafford, it ended 2-2, and we went ahead to play them, and it really gave us some positive vibes. Secondly, Man United unbeaten in the last 12 major Premier League, in the last 12 major Europe matches against Portuguese clubs, 9 wins and 3 draws, after losing 2-1 to Benfica in 2005. So we've been really doing well against these Portuguese sides. FC Porto have won their last 3 major European home matches, all in last season's UEFA Champions League. They've won 4 in a row since 2019. So that is FC Porto for you. Second, lastly, Manchester United, last 4 away matches have seen 23 goals scored, 9 for 14 games, despite scoring 3 in each of the last 3 on the road. They haven't won any. So it shows you how bad we are in there. Then lastly, in their 3-2 defeat to Bordeaux on match day 1, FC Porto attempted 28 shots, their most in a match in a major European competition since March 28 against Roma in the UEFA Champions League 31, and most in the UEFA Europa League game since December 2010 against CSKA Sofia. So that is why they've gone to let us know about these 2 clubs, and I think it's really very important to note that a lot is really coming our way. So I don't know what your thoughts are, but I believe that United can force a result. I tell you, I see a draw for Manchester United, but a win is also not inevitable, because one thing I've going to obviously notice about Erik ten Hag, Patrice Evra has gone ahead to hint about it, that every time we feel like Erik ten Hag is really going to get sacked, something happens, a miracle happens, and you might find him beating FC Porto and Aston Villa in those games. So I'm waiting to see how this game is really going to end, but for me, I'm really calling in for a draw, though I believe a United win is really possible, because Ten Hag knows that he's going to be fighting for his life, and the players he has are really on a test. Do they think this manager can make a very huge change? You know, are they really behind this manager? That's what we are really going to be watching into this beautiful game of football that is going to be played at the Estadio da Dragão Stadium down in Portugal. My prediction, 2-2 draw. That is it. So I sign out for now. See you later. But remember, this is the United Matters channel where you people have to subscribe, because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers before the game, before this comes to an end. And I'm out. Bye-bye for now. See you later. I'm Rokan David on the United Matters channel. Bye-bye.
Andrew T, thank you so much. May God bless you, Mkwano. God bless you very, very much. Hold me says over to joining. You're very, very welcome here.